everyone, and welcome to AIPACAST, Amplifying Voices of AIPA. In this podcast, we will explore the world of ASEAN through conversations with prominent figures, experts, including the AIPA member parliaments, who will share their insights and experiences in a wide range of topics. We are honored to have a special and an absolute great woman with notable achievements. Now, let us welcome Honorable Sounthone Xayachack, the Vice President of the National Assembly of Lao PDR. Hello, Honorable. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Now, Her Excellency Sounthone started her career at the Foreign Affairs Office at Hua Pan Province in 1973, and she continued most of her work in the Committee of External Relations in Lao People's Revolution Party from 1986 to 2006. But from 2007 to 2011, Honorable Sounthone became an extraordinary ambassador and plenipotentiary of the Lao PDR to the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. And now, Honorable Sounthone is the Vice President of the National Assembly of the Lao PDR, and she was appointed in 2021. Thank you, Honorable Sounthone, for making your time to join us as the guest of this episode of AIPACAST. And this episode of AIPACAST will be adopting the theme of exploring the path of women leadership in politics and insights from the Vice President of the National Assembly of Lao PDR as we delve into the journey of Honorable Sounthone as a woman in politics. So I will actually begin my question, Your Excellency. So the first question is really to understand and perhaps to really advise the structural problems, intangible obstacles, and also lack of support from the family or society, and discrimination are the challenges faced by women as they enter the political sphere. Now, these challenges often hinder the participation of women in politics. Now, despite this, what motivates you to be involved in politics?
First of all, I would like to thank you, Excellency General Secretary of AIPA, to having me today. And I'm very honored and very touched for your introduction, very clear with about me. And at the outset, I would like to extend sincere thanks to you and to AIPACAST for having me today, and to share through AIPACAST on the occasion that the Lao National Assembly of the Lao PDR assumed its chairmanship of AIPA under the theme Fostering Gender Responsive Parliaments for a Resilient, Connected and Exclusive ASEAN Community, which was held in Vientiane, the capital of the Lao PDR, on February the 5th, the 6th, 2024. And I would like to share my views on the issues that AIPACAST has previously sent to me as follows. Your question one, what motivates me to participate in politics? As a Lao citizen who grew up during the hard war due external interventions. After graduation of high school in my country, I was one of the lucky students who was chosen to continue the education in abroad for 6 years. After my graduation from the institute abroad and having a diploma with me in my hands, and I have only hope that with my knowledge, I will participate to the national development, which was at that time, our country is still very young, full of difficulties and challenges in many spheres. Against this backdrop, since that time, early 1980s, I had intended to put all my efforts to completing all the tasks that I was assigned in foreign affairs. And almost 40 years.
Almost 40
Yes.
years. Based on the experience, I think it's really heartfelt, really, to actually listen to the things that I think sometimes the younger generations will not go through that anymore much. But it's nice to actually share that to the younger generations because it keeps you going. But based on your experience, can you share your journey as a women leader, highlighting significant challenges faced and moments of inspiration, which you can also share to the younger generations?
Of course, in my life, 40 years in foreign affairs and 3 years in National Assembly, I passed many obstacles and difficulties in my life also. At the beginning of my work at Foreign Affairs, I was an interpreter for Russian to Lao languages for many years. And of course, I am truly honored to be involved in and contributed to political affairs in the past years, almost more than 40 years, and which later led me to become one of country's women leaders. And up now, I'm also one of female leaders in our country. Of course, during my life, during 40 years, more than 40 years, for me, the path to the leadership is not so easy.
Yeah.
And I think that for women, as women, it's not so easy task because besides the political affairs, when we came home, we have to be very carefully with my children, educated them, to take care of them, and of course, I have been given the best opportunities as a Lao woman to reach the position as today.
Right.
And I think that it's not, maybe I am one of the lucky women that to be chosen to be assigned as a leader in different levels, from the divisional level, from department level, from minister level, and now the vice president of National Assembly.
I think it's it's to actually hear you have actually gone through going through such an experience. Your courage to go through at the same time, you have families at the same time. I think it's very encouraging for our younger generations because you've actually started with getting your diploma among a few to actually be sent abroad to actually get your education, and it doesn't stop there. So you actually excel, as it goes on. Normally, this kind of thing we see. Well, I personally see you as that mentor, because it's not easy to just go up overnight, but to actually go through that experience, that's really amazing for sharing. Now, as you know, Your Excellency, up till now, women have always been placed second in political participation, and leadership is most parts of the world. Now, from your perspective, what ambitious goals do you aspire to accomplish in advancing women's political participation and leadership in your country and beyond?
Actually, as a women leader in the political arena, it is seen that becoming a female leader requires comprehensive self-development, such as knowledge, leadership skills, a working regime, and a clear vision. And for me, I think that in the future, we're going for the National Assembly of the Lao PDR, we are going to increase the number of women members of National Assembly up to 30%.
Wow.
It's quite challenges because this National Assembly legislature, the ninth, we have only 21.9 and of the 164 members, National Assembly members, while the member of provisional people's assemblies, we have more than 30.4% of the total 492 members across the country. Therefore, in the future, I hope to see more women faces, women leaders in both the party and the government sectors, as well as at the local authority level, in order to jointly work with men, and participate in the decision making on the important issues of the country, in order to develop the country and to leave no one behind in our big ASEAN family.
It's really interesting on how we actually put that, the drive to actually put in about 30%, because with the current position, Lao is in the top 4 position of having the most number in ASEAN.
Oh.
That is amazing, because we see Vietnam to be the top, Singapore to be the second, followed by Philippines, and then Laos.
Oh yeah.
So that is really really inspiring to actually see how much it has actually gone up. Now, drawing on your expertise and also experience, what measures can the international and regional community, particularly AIPA, implement to effectively promote women's political participation and leadership?
It's quite hard task for us. But I think that to promote women's political participation and leadership at the regional and international level, especially at AIPA, there are many factors and measures that we can implement for promoting women's political participation and leadership as follow. It's my opinion, personal opinion. One, pay a great attention to implement the constitution and laws which are related to the gender equality. Second, create necessary conditions for women's safe development, whether in terms of general knowledge, profession, leadership training skills, etc. Of course, if we are not safe development, they cannot help us.
True.
The third, society must recognize the important role of women's political participation and encourage women be confident and have ability to overcome obstacles, difficulties, especially in Eastern countries as Laos or maybe many ASEAN countries. We have to overcome the old customary and family barriers, because many men they don't want to see their wives, their sisters, or their mothers become a lady leader or woman leader. And 4, create a mechanism or plan for capacity building for female leadership at each level, and apply a selection process to nominate the outstanding women to become leaders in each period, especially to be trained on gender equality and other relevant laws or policy. For us, when we are chosen as a leader, we have to pass many steps for election, for choice, maybe big choice. And 5, create the essential environment for women to improve themselves by taking into account the perspective where women can also become leaders and participate in politics. By doing so, women can have opportunities to show their abilities, to show their capabilities, compared with men.
I can actually understand, Your Excellency, when you actually mentioned, family will also have these barriers. They don't want their daughter or wife, to become that leader. But I believe that women is also very good in multitasking. It's really hard to split your biological clock, which is normally your family, and also your professional clock, because it will always be mixed together. We are so grateful to have you as our guest today. The journey and value shared by Your Excellency have certainly inspired me. I've known Her Excellency for a couple of years, I think, but I know you even well since last year.
Okay.
And for me, as being a new SecGen last year, it's really easy for us to, again, we believe in mentors. We believe in really talking to those who actually have gone through so much and learning and also understanding. Younger generation have a different energy, we do understand.
Yes.
But we also need to get and seek advice, to hear and listen to the things that they actually have gone through. So before we close this session, Excellency, what advice do you have for women who aspire to become leaders just like you? And this is for our younger sisters who is listening out there, and who want to be leaders of tomorrow.
It's quite ambitious questions for young people. I think that even for women who aspire to become leaders in the future, during the area of globalization, technology, how we call 4.0, and the world of digital, being a leader in general as well as women leader in particular is quite challenging, because women will have to catch up in the line with the complex changing world and advance of technology. And at the same time, as I have mentioned, that we are women, we are housewives, and we are mothers who have obligation to take care of their children, to take care about their future. That's why women who hopes to participate in politics, both at regional or international level, must push them more efforts in many aspects, as such as having high responsibility towards the assigned task, being patient and innovative, generous to the people and others, participating to the common development of the respective countries, and do their best for the interest of the people, as well as enhancing unity, friendship, cooperation with various countries for preserving peace, security in the region and in the world at large. Of course, if who is very ambitious, they must be learned more about the task they worked, the obligations to the people, and women who are going to be the leader. The demand is quite high compared with in the past. That's why I hope that in the future, women in the general and in ASEAN countries will reach, have more women in the politics in ASEAN country. Maybe we are not going to wait for 80 years as World Economic Forum
prediction, right? So yes.
Prediction. Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you so much. I think this is truly an inspiration, and having you here, interviewing here in the Lao National Assembly building is such an honor, and a high gratitude from our team of AIPACAST as well. So to those of you out there, thank you very much for listening to AIPACAST, and also stay tuned for more episodes, and don't forget to follow our social media. Thank you.
I'm very honored and very touched that you yourself as a General Secretary of AIPA questioned me today. I was very touched, and hope to see you very often in our country when we are going to have next events during the year of chairmanship of our country.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Excellency.